welcome to the Not Just Filler podcast. We're here in a deer blind in St. John's, Michigan, which is basically the best place to be in the world right now. So I'm with Chad Thelen. He's the president of the Clinton and Ionia County branch of QDMA, which is Quality Deer Management Association. So he's going to tell you a little bit about it. Obviously, we are in prime time to go hunting, get yourself a buck, and see Michigan's nature. So Chad, just tell him a little bit about your background, how you got involved in QDMA, and what QDMA does for the community, the deer hunting community.
Sure. Yeah. Good morning. Thanks. So the QDMA is a nonprofit organization similar to like Pheasants Forever, Ducks Unlimited. Nonprofit, mostly run by volunteers. They have paid staff at the national office in Georgia, but thousands of volunteers around the country. We started the branch in 2005, just out of necessity. You know, at that time there were just too many deer running around, and a lot of immature bucks. Just wasn't a natural state. And so we got together, a group of landowners, and got a hold of the Quality Deer Management Association representative and see if he would come out and give us a little presentation. So they did that in 2005. We opened a branch, a chartered branch, as well as a Quality Deer Management co-op. So a co-op is similar to a neighborhood watch group, but this is for the wildlife.
Oh.
So the landowners get together, come together on some harvest goals, and just try to help the wildlife, help the natural habitat. Too many deer, you know, it's hard on crops. Farmers don't like that. The woodlots don't get a chance to regenerate, you know, after a timber harvest, those kinds of things. So we've been going strong since 2005. Locally, we have a few hundred members.
I know when I go to the Fowler, I think it's in Fowler dinner. I mean, that's packed.
Yep.
That's a packed dinner.
Yes, we turn people away every year for that. We've done 13 years of that banquet, and every year keeps getting better. So, you know, in a time where people are not spending as much money maybe on nonprofits or extra events, we're still doing strong. So we know it's because we do a lot of youth activities in the area. We do a great venison donation program. About 1,000 pounds a year of venison is donated by local Clinton, Ionia County hunters. And then I physically pick up that meat and take it to the food banks in Ionia, in St. John's, and DeWitt.
That's an awesome thing. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, we've been doing that since about as soon as we started. So when EHD hit in 2012 and the numbers were really down, you know, we missed a couple years there. But these food banks here, they tell us they're feeding around 900 families per county.
Wow.
So 1,000 pounds of venison goes a long ways. So,
do you have any goals for 2020 with QDMA? Anything you guys are working on or paying attention to?
You know, because of the COVID thing, so many events have been shut down.
Sure.
You know, we would usually do a youth event at the Fowler Conservation Club, another one up at Sleepy Hollow. Those have all obviously been stopped. So everything we've been doing has been online. Our goals this year, though, are just to keep focusing on education and mentoring both youth and adult hunters.
Okay, maybe you want to talk a little bit about sort of how to get new people involved with hunting, or the difference between hunting for trophies or hunting for food, or, you know, some of those conversations that are ongoing.
Yeah, though that conversation happens, you know, often. You often get asked, well, why do you hunt? You know, why do you have to kill these animals? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Well, that's an hour conversation in itself, but you know, studies show that the majority of people support hunting if it's for a food aspect. And so if it's hunting for trophies, that's not as widely acceptable by the general public. So the food aspect is a big thing. In Michigan, southern Michigan especially, our deer numbers are very high, too high. And so, you know, you add the food aspect into it, and then you get a lot different crowd that would say, hey, maybe I want to try hunting.
Sure. 100%.
So this weekend we have a great event at the Rose Lake State Game Area. It's a mentored hunt, people coming from all over Michigan. We only had 6 spots due to some COVID regulations, but we filled those 6 spots up in like a day.
Yeah.
And so we'll be mentoring some adults this weekend.
Okay. All right. Do you have any personal goals for your hunting this year? Because, I mean, all my friends, right, the Facebook feed, it started about a week ago. I mean, it just, you know, everybody's getting ready. Everybody's ready to hunt. So I don't know if you personally are trying to accomplish anything this year. You've been watching some bucks or something like that.
So my goal is getting, you know, my kids out there. My son is 10, one daughter's 9, and one is 7. My 10-year-old has harvested several deer already in both Michigan and Ohio.
Okay.
My daughter, the little dancer and cheerleader, she wants to, decided she wants to hunt this year too.
Oh. So it's got to be fun for you to see that, something that you have a passion, then, you know, passing it on to your family.
Kids are constantly shooting their longbows and stuff out in the yard and wanting to get to 22 out and plink around and stuff. So yes, that's, you know, I hunt for the food more than any kind of trophy right now. My trophy is, you know, the kids getting out there and just having them enjoy it. That's better than sitting inside.
Sure, 100%. You get to be part of nature. You get to talk about the conservation aspect of it. So what's a challenge right now for hunters in Michigan? I mean, what would you say, or QDMA, you know, is talking about as a big challenge? You know, I know we deal with chronic wasting a lot. What are you mainly focused on when it comes to challenges for hunters in 2020 and beyond?
So this year, you know, we're still focusing a lot on antlerless harvest to keep the deer numbers down, to help the farmers, help the flora and the fauna. And the disease, you know, that the diseases go along with numbers. So if we keep the animal numbers down and in check, that'll help the diseases from spreading and showing up. You know, the money isn't quite there like we'd like it to do a lot of the chronic wasting disease testing. And now a lot of the hunters are being asked to pay for their own testing.
Okay.
So that's a huge challenge.
I don't actually know that answer. Does that money usually come from the state of Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's funding from federal and state government. So yeah, that's been a challenge because those monies have gone away in the last year when we need it the most, you know. And so to put the weight on the hunters, you know, we probably won't get as many deer tested as we'd like. So we'll just have to see, you know, the season will tell.
Okay.
But yeah, we definitely recommend if you can get your deer tested. That way it can get reported and we can keep those statistics going and, you know, from the past few years and see where we're at.
Okay. I just know growing up in Ovid, there was such a large amount of hunters, people who lived there, you know, on the first day of the season, you know, half of the class is gone. I think Clinton County is very much that way, but I don't know, maybe that helps QDMA keep their numbers up. I just think there's a lot of enthusiasm around here for deer hunting. I'm sure you've seen that. I'm sure you've been a part of it.
Yep, for sure.
Well, that's about it for the Not Just Filler podcast today. I just can't imagine shooting in a more beautiful, serene location. I know there'll be deer coming by. I'm surprised we didn't see one out this morning. Thank you so much for your work in the community with QDMA, with telling people about the importance of deer hunting. Is there anything else that maybe you'd want to mention or that maybe folks would be interested in about QDMA or deer hunting in Michigan in general?
Well, deer hunting in Michigan is a big tradition, you know, about 600,000 licensed hunters. But that's steadily going down. It has over the past 15 years or so. So any message I could give would be, you know, even if you only hunt one day, get out there and buy a license. Take somebody out hunting with you, have them buy a license. All those monies help the general funds, the DNR. Just get somebody out. And if you need some help, reach out to us. We usually have access to other mentors that would maybe take somebody else out and show them. I'm more than willing to always have somebody out here in the blind. So just teach somebody else hunting and get them outside.
Okay, it's a really good message. All right, well, thanks so much for watching. Chad Thelen, QDMA, does a great job for our community. Have a great day.